The towering G1 buck. This could get interesting. What is the longest G1s you've ever seen? You know, these antlers. You know they stick out to you if they're down on the ground or in the field. I'm Taylor Drury, and this is a throwback edition of DoD TV. This segment of DoD TV is brought to you by Scent Crusher. Scent off, game on. Some years back, remember, it's a throwback hunt, Brian Thompson was searching for a buck that had some impressive G1s. This G1 buck was mysterious for being all over his trail cameras, but the second a bow in a field was involved, he was gone. That is the ultimate struggle for a hunter, right? But let's team up with Brian Thompson and see where this goes.
What do I think about during the off season? Well, whether I'm curled up with a nice hunting magazine in front of the fire or out here in early February looking at these rubs, it's definitely about next fall and trying to get a crack at the deer that made this rub line. It's never ending. It's an addiction, that's for sure.
Brian Thompson is another longtime Drury team member that is deserving of a dream season. The devoted efforts that he has put forth throughout the years would qualify for paying the proverbial dues. Let's hope that his time has come and the deer will cooperate.
You know, I shoot all year for having a good effective group and being effective on a deer, and as far as an emotional high, there's probably nothing more exciting than drilling a deer just perfectly, and you know, that anticipation, sitting in the tree waiting, knowing what your quarry is going to be, and just, you know, that anticipation at your emotional high. But there's also the worrisome or the frustration feeling of not having the greatest hit, and you're kind of nervous sitting in the tree where you're just you know, hoping and praying that your shot actually did go through. Because even as much as you practice year in and year out and you have good groups, there's just so much that can happen on wild game. And you try to mitigate that risk by practicing a lot, but it does happen. And as much of a high, super high emotional roller coaster it can be from hitting a deer well, it can also be a low when you hit a deer not so well. But keep practicing and hopefully that doesn't happen.
Ago, we're going to get down, take a look at the scene, and then from there judge how well he's hit, and then from there determine our game plan, whether we're going to leave him lay or we're going to start on the tracks.
Anyone who has bow hunted for any length of time at all has experienced that sinking feeling after a mediocre hit. Miracles do happen, and vital arteries are sometimes where you least expect them. Relentless pursuit, leaving no stone unturned, is crucial.
He's right there. Look at his rack sticking up. Yeah! You know, I cannot tell you how good it feels to actually be sitting behind this specific deer. He's been a real visible deer for us this fall. We've seen him quite a bit. We have cam tracker photos of this deer. We have him chasing does. We've got him out in tall grass. We've got him coming in and making scrapes, and just a lot of video footage of him, but just had never been able to get him quite close enough. And super visible, and we actually named this deer the G1 buck because how tall this brow tine is and how distinguishable he is. And so it's been one of those that, you know, kind of gets under your skin, and we've been hunting him pretty hard. And finally tonight he showed up, and one of the most other distinguishable portions of this deer is the fact he's got such a bright white throat patch, and you'll see that as he's walking in. White throat patch, the G1, just makes him just an awesome deer. And I am just so tickled to death to be sitting behind him right now.
G1 buck for the win. There are hardly any words to describe that adrenaline rush Brian just experienced. Putting an arrow in your target buck is the best feeling on earth. Subscribe below and let us know the longest G1s you have ever seen. As always, thank you for watching this throwback edition of DoD TV here on the Drury Outdoors YouTube channel. This segment of DoD TV is brought to you by Cabela's. It's in your nature.